if you think about it, maybe this is another angle here. I'm not presuming one way or another on your grandfather's salvation, but if in fact he did do business with God, then he is with God now. And if your grandmother does not get straight with God, then she will not be with her husband for eternity, but she'll be separated from him. That's just another angle. That makes sense?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate your tender heart towards your grandmother, though, and your willingness to be the light in a difficult situation, even though you're praying for an ally to help out.
Well, I am still going to.
Yes, I think you should.
And, on a side note, I guess this is me looking for my way out, probably. But do I do that no matter what? Or I still wait for an opportunity, like in every other situation, like normal, engagement rules still apply?
Yeah, this is a hard question to answer because everybody's circumstance is different. So it's hard to give, Greg is going to tell Chris what to do with his grandmother when he sees her.
Right.
I am caught between two worlds, and that is the immediacy of the importance of the gospel for someone the age of your grandmother, on the one hand, and also, an interest and concern of approaching the issue in a winsome and attractive way. Probably, if you err on the side of being a little bit more direct because of the importance of the issue. And I don't know any fancy way to do that, except for, Grandma, I want to talk to you about God. I want to talk to you about Jesus. And though, I love you and you've been a wonderful grandma to me, I don't know if this is true. Don't say something that's not, but let's just presume the best here. But when you stand before God, you're going to have to give an account for your life. And one of two things is going to happen: perfect mercy or perfect justice. And perfect mercy is forgiveness for everything you've ever done wrong, and God misses nothing. And perfect justice is punishment for everything you've ever done wrong, such as it is, and God misses nothing. And the difference between the two is the person of Jesus, the advocate. Maybe you can say something. Well, Chris, it's great talking to you, and I'm glad you called, and God's best to you when you talk to your grandma. Maybe if you want to call back in a couple months, you can let me know how that went.
Will do.
Okay.
Thank you so much again.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye. Sweet call. GREG KOUKL, stand to reason.
This is Brett Strong. So GREG KOUKL tells this guy to tell his grandmother, his beloved poor old elderly grandma, that if she doesn't believe in Jesus Christ, she's gonna go to hell forever and ever and ever.
And if your grandmother does not get straight with God, then she will not be with her husband for eternity, but she'll be separated from him.
Whether that means to GREG KOUKL, to GREG KOUKL, whether that means burning in hell forever and ever and ever, or being in eternal darkness forever and ever and ever, whichever hell GREG KOUKL believes in, he orders a man to tell his grandmama that she's gonna be in hell forever.
And I don't know any fancy way to do that, except for, Grandma, I want to talk to you about God. I want to talk to you about Jesus. And though, I love you and you've been a wonderful grandma to me, I don't know if this is true. Don't say something that's not, but let's just presume the best here. But when you stand before God, you're going to have to give an account for your life. And one of two things is going to happen: perfect mercy or perfect justice. And perfect mercy is forgiveness for everything you've ever done wrong, and God misses nothing. And perfect justice is punishment for everything you've ever done wrong, such as it is, and God misses nothing. And the difference between the two is the person of Jesus, the advocate. Maybe you can say something.
How ridiculous is that? Folks, this is what happens when you take the Bible too seriously. The Bible, as I always say, is basically an ancient comic book. Yeah, believe in it on a surface level. make you feel good when you die, you're going to go to heaven. That's fine. The Bible is no different than a Spider-Man book, Superman book, a Batman and Robin book, Incredible Hulk book. No different than any Marvel comic book. It's fiction. But you can believe Superman is real, or Spider-Man is real, or Batman and Robin is real, or Incredible Hulk is real. You can believe these things are real, these superhero characters. You can believe they're real. And believe that, you must do good in their name, and then when you die, you're going to go and be with Spider-Man or Superman or Incredible Hulk or Batman and Robin. That's okay. No different from a kid believing Santa Claus is real. That's okay. But when you start telling people, hey, if you don't believe in Superman, you're going to burn in hell forever. If you don't believe in Spider-Man, you're going to burn in hell forever. If you don't believe in Batman and Robin or the Incredible Hulk, you're going to burn in hell forever. Or like kids saying, hey, if you don't believe in Santa Claus, you're going to freeze to death in an eternal hell. That's when you take it too far. Like the Bible. Keep it surface. Because it's basically an ancient comic book. But when you take things too far, say if you don't believe in this superhero character, Jesus Christ, you're going to burn in hell forever. That's no different than saying the same thing about Spider-Man, Superman, and all those other characters in Santa Claus. If you don't believe in these characters, you're going to burn in hell forever. That's ridiculous, and that's what GREG KOUKL, that's how ridiculous he is by telling a man to tell his beloved grandmother she's going to go to hell forever and ever and ever. It's just, GREG KOUKL, you've taken your Jesus beliefs too far. Jesus is a fictional comic book character. He's a fictional character found in a fiction-based Bible, Jesus, the superhero Jesus in the New Testament. But to sit there and take a superhero character like Jesus and say, you're going to burn in hell if you don't believe in this character is no different, once again, than doing the same thing as Spider-Man, Superman, or whatever. If you don't believe in Spider-Man, you're going to burn in hell forever. If you don't believe in Superman, you're going to burn in hell forever. This is... Who does that? Hell, ask any scientist in the world. Any scientist, can you prove hell is real? The hell of the Bible, it's real. Where people are burdened forever and ever, or locked in eternal darkness, separated from whatever forever and ever. Ask any scientist in the world, they would tell you, hell no, you can't prove. Let me say, heck no, you can't prove any hell is real. Hell cannot be demonstrated to be real. Any scientist will tell you that. You can't locate no hell. They would say, where is this hell? GREG KOUKL and all Christians cannot point to hell being real. I say it again. GREG KOUKL and all Christians cannot point to hell being real. I say it a third time. GREG KOUKL and all Christians cannot prove empirically hell is real. Not one iota of hell. Forget billions of people being in hell. They cannot empirically prove one person is in any type of hell forever and ever. That's how awful the material, the beliefs GREG KOUKL is trying to sell, hell. When he can't even prove hell exists. Not even one iota of hell exists. Not even one iota. Ask GREG KOUKL. Prove that hell actually exists. I know it says it in this comic book. Heck, I could write a book saying hell exists. Does it make hell exist? No. Prove it. You say hell is real? Prove it. GREG KOUKL cannot prove it. I challenge GREG KOUKL and his entire STR staff to prove hell exists. Just one iota of hell. Prove hell exists. Where somebody, just one person is there for eternity. Whether it be burning in hell or eternal darkness. I challenge GREG KOUKL right now and his entire STR staff. Alan Schumann, Brett Koukl, whatever his name is. Even his buddy Sean McDowell, J. Warner Wallace, Amy Hall. I challenge you guys. Prove hell exists. One iota of hell. You can't. You can't, because it's fiction. Hell is fiction. It's fiction. All scientists back me, Brett Strong. You cannot demonstrate hell being real. You can't. It's not possible. Why? Because hell is fiction. And GREG KOUKL is taking his beliefs too far by telling a man to tell his grandmother she's going to be in hell forever and ever, unless she believes in Jesus. Unless she believes in Jesus.
Of the necessity of Jesus for salvation, the criterion which is Jesus.
Archaeologists study the first century Jewish bone boxers say that the average Jew was 5'1", 110 pounds. So Jesus would have been around 5'1", 110 pounds. Dark skin, curly hair. So if this dude's grandmother is supposed to stand before a dude that's 5'1", 110 pounds with dark skin and curly hair, 2,000 years old, ancient dude.
The criterion which is Jesus. Of the necessity of Jesus for salvation.
So he's an ancient dude, 2,000 years old, 5'1", 110 pounds, dark skin and curly hair, and he has holes in his hands, holes in his feet, and a hole in his side. Well, let me rephrase it. He has stab wounds in his hands, stab wounds in his feet, and a stab wound in his side. And he stands 5'1", 110 pounds, curly hair, dark skin, and he's 2,000 years old. This ancient guy, and this dude's grandma's supposed to stand before this dude. Get out of here, GREG KOUKL. Get out of here. That's just, you know what? That is so ridiculous. I'm ending this podcast right now for just utter ridiculous of GREG KOUKL in his hell and telling some man to tell his grandma, she's gonna burn in hell unless she believes in this little guy, 5'1", 110 pounds, dark skin, curly hair, stab wounds all over his body. This is just so ridiculous. I'm gonna just end it now because Brett Strong, I'm out.